If you want to be more efficient and effective while running your business with more inner peace, then working on the core of your issues instead of putting on a band-aid is vital. Welcome to the Business Brain Podcast.
I'm your host, Esty Rapport, and here to help you improve your 28 cognitive functions, the 28 things that make up thinking. In each episode, we'll discuss a real-life challenge, why you might be struggling with it, and give you practical strategies so all areas of your life will improve.
Not sure what to delegate or maybe how to do it in a way where you'll get what you want. Maybe you feel like you're done with giving over a task because no one does it as good as you. That's what's coming up next on the Business Brain Podcast, episode 414. But first, want a super easy to understand, super easy to implement resource on cognitive functions? I got you. Grab a copy of your essential guide to cognitive functions at lifepixuniversity.com/guide. It's lifepix, P-I-X, university.com/guide. Now, for today's real life challenge, imagine you just got back some work from your VA and you're not very happy about it. It's not done correctly and you're not sure if you should explain it again or it's easier for you to just do it by yourself. You might be struggling with this if you have the cognitive deficiency of labeling or being precise. Both cognitive functions that we spoke about in episode 403 and 404. But there's another cognitive function, another thinking skills that you've got to be good at in order to delegate well. And that is conserving constancies. That's an understanding of what attributes need to stay the same for an object to keep its identity. I'll explain with an example and it will click. In order for a square to be considered a square, it needs to have 4 sides of equal length and 4 right angles. It doesn't make a difference what color it is or what size it is. If it has 4 sides of equal length, 4 right angles, 90 degrees, right? It's a square. But as soon as all 4 sides are not equal anymore, it's not a square. No matter what color it is, as soon as let's say 2 sides are longer than the other, all of a sudden now it becomes a rectangle instead of a square. So conserving constancy is being able to see what characteristics need to stay the same so the object is still the same. Doesn't make a difference if the square is blue or red. It makes a difference that it has 4 right angles and 4 sides that are all equal. What does conserving constancies have to do with delegating? In order to delegate well, you've got to understand what parts of the task need to stay the same so the task does its job. There are going to be tasks where it needs to be done exactly how you do it in order to get the right results. There are also going to be tasks that can be done slightly differently and still get the same results or better. If you want to delegate without micromanaging, or it's constantly getting stressed at the work that was done, you've got to make it clear to yourself and the person you're delegating to what parts of the task need to be done a certain way. For example, if you are delegating podcast editing, the format needs to stay the same every single time. Intro, outro, ads, etc. need to be consistent throughout. However, you might decide you don't care how much space is in between people talking. It's okay sometimes if there's more space than others. Or maybe like this podcast, it's an important factor because the podcast is so short. So what should you be delegating? There are 4 types of tasks to delegate. Tasks that are not in your zone of genius, tasks you don't like doing, repeatable tasks you do often. These are actually the easiest to delegate. And number 4, specialized tasks. Tasks that require specialized skills. Before you delegate a task, you are going to want to ask yourself, what will happen if I just delete it and no one does this task? Many times we want to get everything done, but we don't need to do everything. Maybe you could just get rid of it completely instead of delegating it. And more commonly, is there a way to automate it? I can't tell you how many times I get contacted by VAs to schedule appointments when they can simply have a scheduling link. A lot faster, a lot more convenient, and saves a lot of money. Other tasks that can be automated are data entry through Zapier, email filters, and automated responses, automated emails, right? For payments, etc. Once you got clear that there's no way to delete it and there's no way to automate it, it's time to delegate it. So here are 5 ways to delegate in a way that will give you the results that you want. Number 1, start by seeing what constancies need to be conserved. What parts of this task need to stay the same for you to get the results you want. When you are clear on this, it will help you communicate better and focus on what is most important. Number 2, if it's a repeatable task, something you show them once and they do it after by themselves, instead of showing them what you need to do, create a screen share video showing them step by step what to do. This way they can press pause and do it and come back and rewatch the video however many times they need instead of constantly asking you. A great software for this is Loom. You just show them on your screen exactly what you're doing. Number 3, see if you can create templates. Way more than you think you can create templates. Many tasks that you do on the fly would be a lot easier for you to explain and for someone else to do if they are using your template. Make your life even easier by creating templates for yourself whenever possible, even if you're not delegating. Number 4, create a clear system using some sort of software that will help you communicate and know where you are on each one of the tasks. I personally really like ClickUp, as you can set up automations for reoccurring tasks. One thing that happen every time automatically gets reoccurred. Number 5, know whoever you are delegating to, they have weak cognitive functions too, and they are most probably different than yours. Keep in mind that wherever there's miscommunication, instead of getting mad at them, see if there's a way to find out where things went wrong and create a strategy for next time. Better yet, if you can give them the cognitive function assessment at pixuniversity.com/CF and help them improve their cognitive functions. You want to make sure that they can feel like they can ask questions at any time, and you can give feedback in both directions. In today's episode, we discussed how to delegate so you get the results you want. First, you want to make sure your cognitive functions of labeling and being precise are strong, both in which we spoke about in episodes 403 and 404. Then you want to figure out which type of tasks you need to delegate. There are 4 of them. We have tasks that aren't in your zone of genius, tasks you don't like doing, repeatable tasks you do often, and specialized tasks. Then we spoke about 5 tips for getting good at delegation. Number 1, get clear on what attributes need to stay the same. Number 2, see if you create a video explaining it, something like Loom. Number 3, create templates. Number 4, create systems to keep yourself on track. I like ClickUp. And number 5, understand that they have different cognitive functions and you have to make sure to communicate in a way that their brain understands. Your challenge this week is, if you don't delegate already, to create a list of what you can delegate. And if you do delegate, to pick one of the 5 tips we spoke about today so delegation becomes easier and better. Have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you next week.
That's all for this episode of the Business Brain Podcast. If you enjoyed it, please share it with 2 of your business friends so they too can gain from it, and you'll be helping us reach our goal of 1 million downloads by the end of 2025. Cheers to peak brain performance.